Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. A couple days ago, a young lady known as Price Johnson lost her life in a very despicable way. A man that is said to be of unsound mind allegedly opened the door to her house, went in, jumped over her fence, clawed her up with a hammer, and then juke her up with a kitchen utensil. He is said to be the suspect, but this video is to dissect what the mother says, make sense out of nonsense. Come to the bottom of this because something does not sound right. So what I'm going to do in this video is let you hear a couple of voice notes from persons that are in law enforcement, locally, overseas, persons that are familiar with this child, familiar with the neighborhood, and just giving their common sense of what they think might have happened. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Morning, how are you? You're from good source from Panda's video here. For the man with the blame about him have unsound mind, the money they are paying the man because them. I just didn't know say not too serious, not too sensible, but he's a bad man. I want good man she do the chef esteem, but she bad. One bad little pitch in me understand. She's didn't want good man. She nothing bad man. And she go country ties. I think going to her father. And not too long ago, a couple years ago. And she did left and go with her country, so she come back. And she no want the man want there with her, she no want the man. The mad boy, vokilar. Everybody in the community know about them can't talk. So them have to point the finger elsewhere. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what one become of Jamaica. There's a source of genuine in the chief. Is not to say for bush the person still, but we drop out still. But my cousin Noah is the million go to see in school. And my cousin say, oh, she up, park she a bigger man. And she love take me out that morning like school too. Is it me? Cause you know them little girl I will look for Alex and enforce the direct as they say her. Is it me? And if I tell you the truth, I don't think that man of them gave a picture of and him do it. Is it me? Don't think so. Somebody will round there, sit down round the right now. Know about it. I'm just not talk. Because even the neighbor using she say she hear but she and the mother no deal. So she no come out from say no or is him if see what go on because she say oh maybe a something more regular one. They see it. But you don't know what really go on. But even if you are the mother not talk, if she don't come out from the area still is in because Marcelo, I don't know if she's picking it about. But I have to look out for it as though. Good night, General. Big up yourself. They'll send us some information when we get. Those are the things that has been said about Price Johnson, a 14-year-old girl. Those are the conversations that has been running about. Some of them when we get nasty. Now wait for see one more. I messed up. I'm torn. I'm messed up inside and I feel like way. And from day one, I said it does suspect or nobody may hear nothing at all. And the mother said, boy, I just saw it go. God know why and everything just seemed off. So some of this makes sense, kind of put a sense to it, but to all them be with the girl me I tell them on. Now them list one photo on youth and say him that him and my not all land matter why but I want to call him. I wonder if I really hint to blows that spirit cause gosh, I tell you yeah, let's feel my way. Let me get them when we get the photo in a group with them with that a football match at school and but that's what I got. She said, what's wrong, daddy? And so I love him and just know somebody there with him I love her. I shall upon me just say you're weird. But you don't understand say, oh, this world, this country, Hunters the dogs, man.
Remember, you know, like a bad man in there, say, if them look up pick me and them look sweetheart, and if them a go to school, boy, they are school, them go like, or people they coming to them and mess with. I can't jealousy too. It could cause from jealousy because him not go on just hurt her for no reason, unless a jealousy. Some jealousy involved her. She would all not pay my mind and he feel like a woman. But you see them, and the mother get fear karma because she could the mother look like a fear karma. She as far as I analyze, her mother karma that few things that she use a little youth to do in the community. So sometimes you have to sit back and make karma take it place. A while ago I see them post and say shit. So I said, oh no, I understand. Come and say, oh no, man, them not retaliate or, you know, try to help the big woman. And I said, In 2025 start teach me a whole lot already, trust me. But yeah, you have more woman like she out there in the garrison, man. You have more like she in the garrison, just that the them get a salty spot I stick. But it's a fuck up. That the little pitney get.
As you can hear, it sound like a crime of passion. What the strangest thing about these things, nobody saying anything. I know that the girl did everybody up, everybody can talk. Girl with money on the run and whatever, everybody can talk. Nobody can say anything before it happened. And your man, hey, I keep coming back. You get the guys, you guys have that tune in the head over and over us, reading the messages, listening to every time I read the message, and we'll go back to the interview with the mother. You get me? The other, I don't think it's a mother use. I think him using gun. I think him using gun to wash her face in. You get me? Probably finals, she had get her probably with somebody else, like, jealous. And that's why nobody went into help her, because I'm going to have. And probably see when him go in, I said everything, I know that man with him good, I'm going to use a mash her face in. And that you there dead. You get me? This time then, because he that they never garrison, stand up on him foot and push him out. That is gruesome. That's something for you. While he wasn't going, people sick, people cannot say anything out. Do you like what I'm taught now and I post things? They me for come out and say exactly what going. You get me? Somebody meet. Everybody have fear, but they want to talk anonymously. If I saw the case, link with a link and evil link you and give you the information so you can put it out. You get me? Yeah. I tell about some of them bad and history more so then garrison here I am on that too. Yes, I am. Damn again today. You're right. You're right, I am. And with our frame that you have for you. You're talking for justice. Nobody's there and can say Anna him I'm dead already. And case done. Case closed. And the man were involved with that regular. Just easy back like don't know funny and rule the pace and that fear same way. So now what you think I must say, oh, you have to be just come here and work and I get everything, So besides that, after I've done some advice, the say, never check out your thing that's safe here. You get any information point and there goes, you get everything. So you heard of me. And I definitely have to give you a props, sire. Always the one point. You're getting it. Dig up yourself straight.
So people, you listen to the voice notes, obviously manipulated for obvious reason. Don't want person's voice to get out there. Don't want persons to get in trouble with their job. And most importantly, don't want persons to lose their life. You heard what the mother said. Let's dissect what the mother said and what makes sense and what makes absolutely no sorts of sense. She was away. That person invaded the premises, did all he did, obviously made a whole bunch of noise. Garrison, big building, whole heap of people live there. lot of people not gainfully employed. So there must have been a whole bunch of noise, a whole bunch of screaming. Somebody must have heard something. Nobody is that deaf. You heard the mother said, nobody came to their assistance. How is it that nobody heard anything? Well, people, in my opinion, this is it. I think that the mother is definitely lying. I think that the mother is definitely covering up for somebody. Somebody that she knows. Somebody that she knows her daughter must have been in a relationship with. Even the neighbors might have seen it, because the neighbor them might have seen the person that is the person of interest / suspect, which in my opinion is not that madman. But stick to what the mother said. The mother said the people hate her. The mother said the people not looking out for her. How is it that a little girl in the house has scream and nobody here? People, obviously this mother is in deep denial. Obviously this mother is going through a whole bunch of stuff, so we don't want to seem insensitive to the plight of this mother. But the mother definitely seems as if she's putting someone else, the safety and security of that person, over her own daughter losing her life. And that is what a lot of persons are going to have a problem with. People just don't believe her story. The story just does not sound like it makes absolutely no sort of sense. So what we're supposed to believe is that a random madman pressed couple doors, pushed couple doors till he finally got the door. That is not the action of a madman. He would then probably push one door and him not hear nothing and him gone about him business. That means that this person was looking for what he was looking for. Now the next thing, in our garrison, people actually leave them door open. Well, I guess these people must be listening to Andrew Holness when he was sworn in that whenever he wins, every place is going to be safe and you can leave your door and window open, because I stay uptown, live uptown, and I have never left my door open, not even for a second. Even if I go out on the patio, I make sure I say everything's safe. I have security camera, much less in the garrison off a Spanish Town Road. Makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So when you hear stuff like this, what we should think about is maybe the personality, the characteristics of the mother, characteristics of the daughter, and why nobody would help them. And I am going to reference a next case in which the people go all out for that lady. But I'll get to that later on in this news. So, based on the audio that you hear, the voice notes manipulated. Hear one person I say, them get information that listen. This girl is no saint. This girl bad. This girl force rape. This girl they with a bad man. This girl father lost him life because of some sorts of controversy in the garrison, gang or gun affiliation. This girl was getting her regular clothing. This girl was with the Don, and them left. She run away and she come back, and him want her to be with him, and she declined. So therefore, that might have been the backlash or repercussion of her action. Now, people, you and I know that these Dons that are in most of these areas, they want everything for themselves. They feel entitled. Them see a little picnic, I grow some BREA ecstasies, start look around, them start prayer, them want her for themselves. And sometimes because most of these young girls are broke, come from a financially challenged family, then them end up with these people for the sweet, for monetary gains. A lot of times the mother told you that she's a vendor across the street. So she's not making a whole bunch of money. So therefore, a lot of times, these mothers have these little picnic, not directly, but pimping them out, making them be the main breadwinner, getting money, proceeds of crime from these dons. These dons, like most criminals, have no conscience, no hearts, no blood run through them body. They have no problem in getting rid of anybody any at all, even the ones that they love the most. They always seeking loyalty while they don't have a loyal bone in them own body. So if him feel like the girl a diss him, or him feel like she a cheat on him, or him feel as if she's giving him the cold shoulder, then he was going to make sure that she lost her life in a very cold way. One thing that we know about crime of passion is that it is usually brutal. It is usually looking like a Chucky or Leatherface pass through after them leave because they have so much vengeance, so much hate, so much pent-up frustration in them. When they go off like a psycho. And based on what we saw, based on this video that we saw circulating all over social media, with this girl gasping for breath, we can only come to the conclusion that this was that kind of case. It fits the MO of that. Now, the picture that is claiming to be the person that is of unsound mind, this person don't look like a madman. This person look like somebody, the average teenager out there, him not in any sorts of dirty clothes, unless, of course, he's a clean clothes madman. But people, I doubt it very, very much. So in my opinion, in my estimation, based on the voice note and just based on my common sense, psychoanalyzing the situation, I think that this mother is lying. And people, I don't want to sound insensitive because so this mother is going through a traumatic episode right now. However, whenever a mother puts or defends somebody, especially somebody that takes away her own, maybe it is fear, and I think that it is fear. But even as a mother, your motherly instincts supposed to make you defend your child over anybody else. No sorts of fear supposed to supersede or trump over you defending your daughter, that mother-hen syndrome. So people, me not gonna give her a pass. I understand that fear might drive people to do certain things, and I understand how the ghetto works, and I understand that persons are in fear of their life and are in fear of these dons, that most of them have the place under siege. The people them can't talk. So it's like, see I'm blind, hear I'm deaf. That is a policy of the garrison. Even when you're a victim, even when you lost your loved one, your daughter, in this case, 14, supposed to be 15 this month. So what we see here is blind loyalty. Blind loyalty meaning that these people look at these dons as somebody that is a Robin Hood character. But what they really do is manipulate them, brainwash them, have them in fear. So even when the people witness something, they are not going to talk because you know how the garrison work. Everybody knows everybody's business, and everybody knows that if they talk and tell somebody, that person might go back and tell the Don, and the Don is going to come back and take them away. Nobody is going to jeopardize their life for the safety or well-being of a next family, even if it is a 14 going on to 15-year-old that lost her life. So this mother's story kind of sounds shaky from start. Now here's the thing. When it comes to the garrison and when it comes to kids, anywhere in Jamaica, average place in Jamaica, don't know if I'd consider most of these garrison average or decent place. If them hear anything, any sorts of noise, them go get up, them go reel up, them go check it out. They are so inquisitive. Like them say, the devil always find work for idlers. And whenever you are not gainfully employed, most of the people, speaking in general, not everybody, you have a lot of time to be inquisitive, to be fast. So if, and somebody must have heard, based on the condition that young lady was in, and I don't remember the video, it did not look like much of a struggle, and people like me say anything could have happened. He could have overpowered her and just do him have to do, and there was no sorts of struggle. But based on the interview by the mother, this little girl is fierce. So this little girl was not going to give up. This little girl, more than likely, before she lost her life, would have been railing up, scratching up, biting up. So therefore, the sheets would not be in the order that we saw them in. That means that she might have been in a comfortable situation before she was shocked and taken out. Based on what we hear, if this was her boyfriend, the Don, the gunman, they might have even had sex, and then it went way, way left. Was not there, I just say it is a possible scenario. So I say this to say that when you look at the reaction of the people, nobody came out, nobody had anything to say in the news media, with the exception of one person that claimed that the man also clocked them with the hammer. That person is allegedly in the hospital. Never heard from that person. We just hear say one person. That person might be a mythical character like Bigfoot. Some don't know if that person exists. It is very strange when you just see one person come out. That means that it's either the whole neighborhood don't like the mother, don't like the child, or knew exactly what was going on. That garrison or that neighborhood see that man, if he exists, meaning the Don or gunman, come by there all the time, hear them all the time, all sorts of commotion, know so she get a royal scheduled clotting and whopping. So therefore, them not surprised, they must say, Lord God, them people there again, when they heard all of the commotion, did not know that this time it was going to go to the furthest extent. So people, I am just going to show you the difference with this girl, Price Johnson, and the girl named Denisha. Well, she's not a girl, she's a big woman. She lost her life at 28-year-old. The one that lost her life in St. Thomas. So based on the information, it is said that it was done by the step-uncle. Step-uncle meaning that he used to deal with her auntie. That auntie lost her life controversially. Based on what the information on the street is that he made promise to give her some money from some partner, 100,000 to be specific. And she promised to give him some pumps. Apparently, she was not really attracted to him, but she might have been desperate, needed the money. So therefore, she made a deal that she could not keep. My disclaimer again, a promise is a comfort to a fool. If you take your money as a man and give to a woman in promise of some pumps or love, you cannot buy love, and you definitely can't force the pumps, even if you pay. Even if you thought that there was a contractual agreement, meaning agreement in words. If she decided that she changed her mind, your loss, well, her loss. So people, what this speaks volume is a difference in the reaction. I want you to listen to what some of those residents from St. Thomas, weeks after this girl lost her life, they are still railing up, they are still defending her. Take a listen, take a look.
We are definitely rejoicing, to know that this culprit was right there in the same neighborhood all along. You can't see from which part him live and see the young lady down in a fair yard. So sorry, if she put on her underwear, him can't see her. And if she take it off, him can't see her. You understand? That is so sad. And this man eventually becomes the killer, the murderer. The man who police will have no more confess everything. All him in a crowd of people, brother. Because him look for the body what him kill, and then when you reach for the body, then the man part the body up more deal fast like you know what to find. I have one of the wickedest things this go, I tell you the truth.
You know, it's like you want to be traumatized, and it's like this not really, understand it really, really hard. And it's rough, man, because we not expect this in the community. Because a young girl just leave, that's 8-year-old. I can just imagine, even though she appears strong, I will run her everything. I will help with 100% with her. But you know what? It pain me heart, man.
So people, you see the polar opposite reaction of Price Johnson. 15-year-old, supposed to be an innocent little girl. Nobody, with the exception of the mother, came out to defend her. No protest, none at all. Don't you find that very unusual? Versus the difference with Denisha, 28-year-old, promised some man some sorts of pumps, him get him feelings, him a watch her and a prayer, and felt disrespected. No sorts of justification for what he did. He ended up taking away her life. What this speaks is volume of being penny-wise and pound-foolish. What this speaks is desperation. What this speaks is a culture in Jamaica with these young girls and mothers, parents that are facilitators. In the case of Price, the mother, if it is indeed true that the girl was dating a gunman, a madman, a Don, well, not the Bellevue madman, the madman as in the Don, then she played with fire. The mother allowed her to play with fire because of financial gains. As it pertains to Denisha, 28-year-old, she is responsible for her action. These actions, what we see, is a very disturbing culture, disturbing trend in Jamaica, where these girls, especially from the garrison, them can hold out, and I understand, like the saying goes, unless you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, you cannot tell them how to act. However, when you act and follow a script that is a recipe for disaster, disaster usually happens because these people chose, whether it is because desperation or not, chose to entangle with dirty bungle, mix up, and it come back and it got them fixed up in a worse way. So people, like I've always said, a wise man learns from his mistake. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. You sleep and mark DEATH, literally and figuratively in these cases, point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.